the City.
What's going on, St. Louis City fans? Welcome back to another episode of Soul of the City. I'm joined by Ian and Milo, and we're going to talk about that dumpster fire of a game that went down last night. A lot of questionable things happened. Let's get into it. Number one, what did y'all think of the lineup when it came out?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I think Carnell deserves a lot of hate in this one.
I think his planning here is absolutely in question. I don't understand his rationale at all. We're playing the second best team in the West, one of our biggest rivals in the West for first place. It just doesn't make sense how you have all this time to plan to either rest the A team last weekend or next weekend and give the A team an opportunity to really solidify our first place spot instead of letting another team creep up behind us. Absolutely ridiculous. Last weekend we played a subpar team, and next weekend we're playing literally the second worst team in the league, but we'll probably play our A team for both last weekend and this weekend, and we played the B team against
LAFC.
Yeah.
Away, might I add. We're at home this weekend.
To play devil's advocate, I agree with all those statements. Why are we not playing the lineup that has been working? You know what I mean? The one that you roll out there to get a win.
Yeah.
Especially versus LAFC. I'm with you with all those points. I'll play devil's advocate though. Those boys had a lot of minutes over the past few games, and they had just played a game on Saturday. So maybe he's thinking to rest him. But the Tomas Ostrak start was kind of wild.
Them boys should have been rested on Saturday then.
Yeah, versus the worst team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even more than that, there's other questionable starts in there. Like, John Nelson started. I thought he played actually really well against Carlos Vela and looked dangerous in attack. But starting him, who hasn't played in like weeks, hasn't started a game probably in a month, and he's getting a start against Carlos Vela, one of the best right wingers in the league.
Yeah.
You also have John Bell, who I don't think has started a game for us
in the
all
MLS,
year in the MLS.
He hasn't,
and he's paired up with Bartlett, who hasn't started a game in a long time. So I think it's just like a lot of questionable calls on not only the starting lineup but also on the substitutions. And in all honesty, it didn't even look that bad for the majority of that game.
All three of those people had great games. I thought Bell, Bartlett, and Nelson were great. Nowitzki, I don't get how he gets into any starting lineup.
I don't either.
He looks horrible. He loses the ball. We can't keep possession with him when he gets the ball. Like he panics every time the ball touches any part of his body.
He also gets cooked in one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Boonga was messing him up all night. So it was a shit show. It was a shit show.
And it could have been avoided.
And I disagree. I don't think that Bartlett looked good. I think that Bartlett is completely at fault for the first goal. While it is an insane ball by Cifuentes and a great finish by Vea, Bartlett is literally stepping up and getting on top of his center back partner, Kyle Hebert, at the time.
Well, I would argue that has more to do with Carnell taking out Bell
instead of Bartlett.
Pivotal moment in the game. Well, yeah, Bell and Bartlett were looking good together.
Yeah, I don't think you change it.
Completely throw off their chemistry. Let's go ahead. Take out the center back that's got a clean sheet going and put in a man that's been playing left back for the past, 2 months?
Yeah.
Throw him in the middle. See what happens. It just felt like let's see what happens.
I think that Carnell's thought process was, all right, let's survive for the first 60-some-odd minutes. And then throw in the A team. You know what I mean? Like throw in Hebert to lock down, right? To like really clamp this up.
Yeah.
Then throw in Leuven to solidify the midfield, right? And get him minutes coming back from injury. That was his thought process. I thought it was an interesting Taylor Twellman tweet that came out. 0 shots on target for LAFC until St. Louis City made subs last night.
Yeah, and the first sub is in the 57th minute, which is a great time to make some subs. Like, better than usual from Carnell. Like, 55 to, 70-ish minute is where he should be making subs. No later, no earlier. And the first sub that he makes is Jared Stroud's coming on for the guy that looked the most dangerous on the field, Rasmus Alm. So, I don't understand where his head's at with a lot of these substitutions. I get what you're saying with the whole survive and then put out the A team and hope that we can scrape together a better result than just a draw. But I think a draw at that point of the game with that lineup was a pretty that's a win in my eyes.
Absolutely.
Away at
If
LA.
we were
Absolutely.
going to go for a win, we should have done it early. At that point in the game, we should have been thinking, okay, we came to
Pack it
hostile territory. We played a solid game of defense. We even had some good chances. But at this point, let's take Ostrak off and put another center back in. Just don't. Why take out a center back? I just don't get it. Leave Ostrak on? How? What did he do? Alm looked great. I thought Alm had a great game. To be taken out for Stroud
early
and
Yeah.
not Ostrak?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a questionable call. Maybe he was looking for more pressing. Like that's what he wanted to see. Ostrak he is a good presser, but he just loses the ball so much whenever he's dribbling that it just doesn't.
He
even,
wins it and instantly loses it. Like
Yeah.
he tries to dribble too much.
Yeah, he does
and
try
just
to
loses
dribble
it.
too much. So I don't know. It just there's a lot of questionable calls made that game.
Yeah.
We can drop in, but the first half, it was just kind of like a wash. Like both teams were like
nothing half.
It was a chess match. We're gonna see who breaks first.
the first shot on target happened in the stoppage time of the first half by Tomas Ostrak, which
It
was
was
just
a
a little
dog
dribbler.
shit.
It was a dribbler to the keeper, and that was
Yeah.
the first shot on target the whole
game.
Yeah, LA and City. So really not really a whole lot to talk about in that first half.
No, not
Do
at
you guys
all.
have anything like?
I feel like AZ not getting the nod. He's a young man. He's got wheels. I mean, he's good to run, man.
Yeah,
What's going on there?
and he's in form.
Yeah,
He's in form. He won us the game last week. Get this man on the field. I
Yeah.
mean, he's young. He's ready to prove himself. He's better than Ostrak.
He is.
a lot better.
A lot better.
He deserves to be the starting Cam right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and that lineup just lacked an engine in the middle.
I thought Vasilev looked pretty good, like in terms of he was trying to do all the work. I thought Blom looked pretty good.
Blom played really well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Blom was our best player on the pitch.
For
in
sure.
my eyes.
Yeah, I thought he was unlucky to pick up his yellow in the 50th minute, but yeah, City had 3 shots. Let's finish out that first half.
Yeah.
LA had 4 shots in the first half. All of them were either blocked or missed. City had 3 shots, and like I said, Tomas Ostrak's little dribbler was the only one on target.
Yeah.
So just
And to Nerwinski and Nelson's credit, they didn't really let Buanga and Vea do anything in that first half. And then what I don't like about halftime is it seems like Carnell doesn't make the right adjustments a lot of time. Like you could see Nerwinski getting a lot more involved in the attack in that second half, and that is just such a poor call on his end. Like you know that Nerwinski is already going to struggle to defend what is one of the best wingers in the league in Buanga. Why are we telling him to push up?
yeah.
I can't find any reasoning for that at all.
yeah, it's almost like we should have had another center back.
It's almost
on.
it's almost like he does. Like we know that we score goals early on. So why are we playing defensive in the first half and then we decide, oh, now it's time to attack? Not start out attacking, try to get an early goal and then hunker down. We're gonna hunker down and do well with it, and then after halftime, that's when we're gonna strike. Even though they have some of the best attackers in the MLS, I mean,
I think a lot of our moaning and is going to come back to the fact that the starting lineup is not what it should have been. Like, if anything, I wanted to see this is our first true test in the West besides Seattle, and it ended up being exactly like the Seattle game, where it was kind of a nothing game, and then in the second half we just get railroaded.
correct me if I'm wrong. This was the biggest game of our season so far.
Yeah,
I
besides
would
Cincinnati.
agree. Yeah, I would completely agree. And I think everybody knew it coming in too. Like the stakes are really high.
Except for the manager, apparently.
I think dude, his mentality is like next man up, gotta happen. But you gotta plan out. You know your schedule.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? Like you know
absolutely
the
do.
strength of your schedule. You have to know it.
Like
That's
we
the biggest.
play,
That is the biggest game of the season.
yeah, and we squandered it.
Well,
We get him at home
we didn't
again.
completely squander it because Seattle really squandered it. They could have picked up points on us, and they lost 2-0 to San Jose.
Yeah.
So we're still first in the West. First in the West. LAFC is only 2 points behind us now. So Seattle is 3 points behind us. It's heating up though.
Could have stifled that flame a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could have been 8 points ahead of
We could have even gotten a draw, and it would have been great. It would have
we
felt
were-
like a victory.
I felt pretty good coming into the half.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
like, whoa, weird lineup. Hope this works.
And then
And
when
it-
it was,
And
I
then
was
it was
like,
working.
all right,
I was like, well,
He was like, "It's working. Let's change it."
it's working. Let me fuck this up.
What can I do to really fuck this up?
It's time to cook. Carnell be cooking a little too much.
oh my gosh. All right, let's get into the second half. Blom picks up his yellow at midfield. What did you guys think of that? Do you guys remember that challenge?
Yeah, and it's not a yellow in my eyes.
I didn't think it was yellow either.
It's a clean tackle.
Yeah.
He literally gets the ball, and then the dude's
Yeah.
like jumping over him. It's just not a yellow ever.
I think it was maybe because the guy had his back turned, but he was just surprised by Blom getting there. But I didn't think it was yellow either. Stroud comes on for Alm in the 57th.
Dog shit sub. Hate it. Hate it.
I love
Hate it.
Alm. I hate Stroud.
There was like a kind of half chance in the first half that John Nelson plays a ball in.
Oh, it was a
to
wonder ball,
Alm
too.
over the top. Yeah, and I'm like, if Alm like
Latches onto it.
hits it first time somehow, I mean it's a lot to ask.
Or settles it. But yeah, it is a lot to ask.
Keeper was already on him. Like,
John Nelson plays that ball from almost like half field and
Dude,
yeah.
gets it.
He almost
into
hit
the
a
box.
pisser from half field.
we'll get there.
Oh,
We'll get
okay.
there.
We'll
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah. 65th minute, Cifuentes to Buick on the right side, on the right wing. Vela's come through the middle, and
That was close.
he plays a whipped ball across to Vela in the middle. And Vela, I think if he hits it with his right foot,
Yeah.
he probably puts that away.
Yeah,
but,
that's what the commentators are talking about.
Yeah.
What verbiage did they use during the game? You know, he's got so much respect for that magic wand of a left foot.
I don't know.
I think that's exactly what they said on the broadcast. I was
All
like,
right.
all right, chill out. It's
Yeah.
Carlos Vela.
Hop off Carlos Vela for a bit.
Yeah.
But he did flick it with his left foot, and it goes just wide. That kind of felt like foreshadowing for what was to come. Our defense started to break down a bit, and at that moment, I was like, John Nelson looked tired, you know. And
Well, he's been playing attack and defense the
it's true.
entire
He
game.
really did have to play an
That's-
offensive and defensive
That's
role
where
the whole
Hebert
time.
should have gone.
Yeah.
Back to the left back spot that he's been playing for the past 2 months, playing good defense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that Carlos Vela doesn't warrant the kind of
1v1.
1v1
Yeah.
attention that Kyle Hebert seems to be the guy that he always goes to when he wants someone locked up.
Yeah,
Like,
man, you guys call me vibes merchant. Maybe Carnell's the real vibes merchant out here. He's just vibing. Got me
Carnell is
stressed out.
just
I'm about
high.
to pop my stress ball. Yeah, he's in L.A. just getting high off that Cali weed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wish it was
Well-
me.
Speaking of getting high, we had a corner by Celio on the right side. Gio attempts to flick it. Ball bounces to Ostrak. He had a healthy rip, but Palacios, he slid in to stop it. But that slide then bounces the ball way out to Johnny Nelson. So that's where my illusion to getting high is. John Nelson from 35 out is like, fuck it.
I'm
Just
ripping
hits
this.
it. I'm hitting it. And you know what? I thought he had the best chance that City
The
had
whole night.
all night.
Hell of a
was from
save.
35 out, and it was an absolute pisser. Hell of
Crazy
a save. Yeah.
Nuked it.
I mean, it's sad to say that the best chance of the night had an XG of .02 and a post shot model of .02.
And it's coming from your left back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good look, but would have rivaled Gio's goal for goal of the season if it went in. So
I mean, that looked like it was knuckling hard.
I think that's goal of the season.
Really?
Goes in.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because it's the atmosphere, like what that does for the game.
LAFC aways 0-0, like what it does.
I think we win that game if he scores that pisser.
Oh, yeah.
We get one goal. Whoever scored first in that game
was gonna win.
was going to win.
And all of Twitter would have been like common MLS banger. That's like all I see
They
on
wouldn't have-
Twitter is when
Yeah.
there's just bangers every MLS
Yeah.
match
Dude, I
day.
feel like
And it's
we
just
miss out on that. I don't see bangers scored on us because we got Berkey, who, sorry, Berkey, you had a rough one out there just because you only faced 3 shots and all of them were unsavable. I just feel bad. He was not
Okay.
involved. No,
I'm
no,
glad
not
that that's where you
no,
were going
he
because
didn't-
I was like,
he didn't
Ian
play-
with the Berkey slander again?
he
We
didn't,
gotta-
he didn't play bad at all.
No.
Dude didn't even have the chance to play good.
I
Like,
agree. 3 shots on target, all 3 of them unsavable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just totally unsavable.
Then the subs come in. The majority of them come in. 69th minute, Hebert for John Bell.
Awful substitution.
John Bell was looking pretty good.
John
man.
Bell looked
good.
like our second best defender, maybe best defender on the field. And I
Yeah.
think he's getting pulled just because he got that yellow card.
Okay.
I think it
makes
would
sense.
have been Bartlett if he didn't have that yellow because I thought that Bartlett was playing worse. And then we put Kyle Hebert in for him, and it's like, dude, he hasn't played center back in 2 months.
Hebert had a rough show of it in this game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but he gets. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Leuven for Gioacchini.
Leuven's back on the field. I'm happy about
positive. That. Yeah, you thought that was going to be like a big
I'm
supercharged
here.
moment.
Yeah.
Like All Might is in town for those who watched My Hero.
Okay, that came from left field.
Yeah, I did. But that's not quite what happened. He was more like All Might in his other form.
Yeah,
dude. What did they said something
you
about
watching a lot of anime?
Yeah, I
lately?
guess so.
They said something about Leuven too. The commentators, what did they say? They were like, "Oh yeah, have you ever shaken his hand?" they were like, "No, strongest grip in the MLS." I was like, "Oh, okay, Leuven got them grippers."
Does it grip? All right. Well, it was a questionable sub as well. I don't know. Gioacchini.
No, I like to see Leuven getting some time on the field.
This pod is unhinged. Gioacchini didn't really do a whole lot, so I can't really say that was that questionable.
Yeah.
These commentators just be getting hot and bothered on live
Yeah,
television.
Dude, they are
grip
always
in the MLS.
Yeah, best grip in the MLS. I was like,
Chiseled
oh, okay.
jawline.
Oh,
Look at that
man.
beard. That man
He's a unit. He's got a grip on him. It's like, oh, okay. What are you guys talking about?
His beard is like faded. He has a fade in his beard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the man is a good-looking man.
All right.
I can't argue.
He's got a chiseled jawline, hell of a hairline, and his beard's faded.
Wait till you shake his hand.
Yeah, wait till you shake his hand. And then last sub is Samuel Adeniran for
Reel it in.
Celio Pompeu. I also, when we made that sub, Rasmus Alm for Jared Stroud, we moved Celio from the left side, where I thought he actually looked pretty dangerous during this game, to the right side, and he never looks that good on the right. So I don't like that move at all.
Every decision just felt like
They all
how
were
can
like
I fuck
off.
this up?
Yeah, they were just like all off.
Everything's going pretty well. Switch it.
To be
Let's change. Success only comes from adversity. So I'm going to create adversity for my own team.
You think he's lying in bed like that night and like, yeah, I fucked that one up.
Or is
Or
he
do you
lying
thi-
in
or
bed?
is-
He's like, yeah, I did my best there. Those were good ideas. They just didn't pan out.
I mean, you have to do something, right? Like if he just leaves that lineup as it is, does that end 0-0?
The
I
only
don't
thing
think so.
he
No,
should
but
be
he-
doing is making the team more defensive.
In that, yeah, maybe.
We're away.
Yeah, I think you just take the point. It's a win. If you can go get a point at
Park the bus, man.
I'm
Park
trying
the
to think.
bus.
I'm trying to think of any game where we've parked the bus where we were like, all right, we're just gonna settle in.
Yes, but
I mean, when we're
I can-
not up.
I can
When
think
we're
of
up, I
plenty
see
of
it.
games
Yeah.
where we should have parked the bus, and instead he did the same thing.
Yeah.
Seattle.
And then we lost 3-0.
Yeah, literally the same situation happened.
We're going for the win, we're going for the win, bro.
And I'm like, maybe he's thinking we'll use our good team against teams we know we can beat, so at least then we
Secure the
know we're
points.
getting the points. And like, I guess so. First season, take them where you can. But damn,
I want to beat LAFC.
Yeah,
that
I
was
just think
such
it's-
a moment.
Yeah.
I think it's so much more intelligent to square up with the number 2 team that you will likely play in the Western Conference Finals to go to the MLS Cup if it comes to that. Like, this is our most likely opponent. We're 1, they're 2, Seattle's 3. Seattle could, like, swap in for either of us.
Yeah.
I want to see what we can do against them with our A squad. And then we're talking about transfer rumors. Like, now is the time to find out, hey, we've got weakness in this area to this team that we are very likely going to play. Might as well strengthen it.
That's a good point. We can dive into that after we get through the recap, but I want to hear what you guys think is our biggest weakness and where we will sign somebody. But
Right now?
No,
we
let's
can get into it
let's-
later.
Yeah.
71st minute, balls cleared. We might as well start talking about.
Manager. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, I mean, this is where the wheels really fall off. As the subs come in and the ball is cleared from deep in the LAFC corner. Bartlett and Hebert, we talked about it. They like sandwich Vela.
It's Bartlett.
Bartlett
Hebert is
shouldn't
on
even be
Vela,
there.
and Bartlett steps from his position as a center back and decides to take the other center back's position even though he's already there.
It's like when you're trying to field a fly ball and the center fielder's like, I got it.
Yeah, even
He's
though
like,
you're literally under it.
And then the right fielder, yeah.
And then you look at the right fielder and you're like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, well, Hebert falls down, which, like, Bartlett, great job, bro. You won the header. But it went straight to Cifuentes, who has a ridiculous half volley pass over the top of our whole defense.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Vela knew it was about to go down. Hebert's on the ground, so he couldn't even follow him. And it was... That left foot's inevitable, man.
I was just praying for an offside.
Yeah.
And it did not
wasn't
come.
there.
And that left foot, oh my God, when he first scored it, I didn't realize how good it was because the angle, and then they replayed it, and I'm like, this man really tucked that shit top bins.
It is prolific of a left foot. Like, outside of the foot, Bartlett coming from that side, Berkey closing down the angle. It's a great finish. I can't even hate on that.
Nothing Berkey can do.
Yeah.
Nothing anybody can do except maybe not try and jump on top of your center back partner. I don't know.
Maybe foul. Maybe go for the pen.
At that point, we're losing either way. Like, it should have been a freeze frame right there, and Berkey's like, I bet you're wondering how I got into this position.
I thought you were going to say, it was at this moment.
He knew.
He fucked up.
We're fucked.
All right.
Sorry for the language,
We'll
folks.
just throw the explicit sign on it.
Yeah.
76 minute, Nervinsky picks up a yellow on his tackle on Bowanga. Bit of a controversial topic prior to the pod. We were talking about, originally I was like, that's a red card.
I also, everyone thought it was a red. I think, Mickey, do you agree you thought it was a red card?
Yes.
Okay. So it is a red card, but they have to take it because he's the last defender, and it's definitely a goal-scoring opportunity. But then when you look at the touch that he takes, I don't think it's a goal-scoring opportunity anymore because he, like, boots it. Like, he's not getting to it.
Yeah. And that's where it gets weird because it happened outside the box. You see that happen all the time in the penalty box where, like, the person who's on offense, the forward, will kick the ball forward and then get fouled and they pick up a penalty.
Right.
But because it was outside of the box and he had such a bad touch, he knew what he was doing. I don't know. I think it's justifiable to be a yellow.
I changed my mind. I don't think that's a red.
Okay. All right.
I think it's a red card.
It was pretty
rough.
It was a wild tackle.
I think we are really lucky to not see him get sent off there.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they looked at it on VAR and still didn't give a red card, I was really, really surprised.
Yeah. It was lucky. 79th minute, Ostrak finally comes off after. Dude, what was his
nothing.
What was his rating? What was his
It
rating
was
in
low.
the game?
I call Stroud a press
5.9.
merchant,
Yeah,
and
dude.
Ostrak really is just
That 10 spot in any, not just the MLS, but any game is so
so
pivotal.
important, yeah.
Like you're kind of you're the maestro.
You're the pivot, man.
Yeah.
You got to link everything together.
you should be AZ.
You should be Tomas
Well, they
Rosicki.
yeah, Rosicki
He was the real
for,
maestro
for Arsenal back in the day.
That's who we were hoping we signed.
Yeah, instead
Got the wish.com version.
Was he
Yeah.
like 40 something?
No,
Rosicki?
he doesn't play anymore, but
No.
yeah.
well, we finally get to see AZ, except there's only 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, and
We're-
you're down.
1-0 at this point.
But I mean, the wheels are really coming off. Vela in the
yeah.
81st minute receives a ball at the half line, but over near the touchline, and he holds it up. Back heel flicks to a sprinting Bowanga, who just leaves Nervinsky and Bartlett in the dust. Blom's the only one. Blom's on his horse. He's the only one who's like
Getting back.
remotely getting back. You'd love to see the hustle out of Blom there.
He's the only one with a positive rating in this game.
And he probably gets to Bowanga if Bowanga holds on to the ball and he goes full egoist in that moment, try to score. But instead, he does what any good soccer player should do, and he passes across goal, sweats it out to Buke, and he has no one in front of him because everybody's tired. So
Yeah.
slots it home past Berkey, 2-0. It's looking too easy.
Way too easy.
Yeah.
We're better than them.
Are we?
I don't know.
I need to see our first lineup. I couldn't even tell you. Because we didn't get to see
play our A team.
our A team play them. And that's the only team I trust at this point.
Yeah. 91st minute, Bowanga driving down the left side, cooks Nervinsky, just turns him inside out, and lets it rip, goes off the top of the bar. Easily could have been 3-0 there.
Yep.
Seconds later, Maldonado, Megs Hebert made him look really bad.
Hebert's turning that into a passion.
Getting Meg.
Meg.
It has happened like the past two or three games. Yeah.
Let's go for 4.
No. Maldonado, Megs Hebert passes to Nathan Ordaz, the 19-year-old El Salvador kid who came on as a sub in that game. Johnny Nelson, you can tell we've already talked about it.
Gassed.
Yeah, we talked about it. He's so tired he can't keep up with that.
Can Akil Watts just come into the game at this point?
Dude, can Akil Watts start the game?
Yeah, I don't know.
But
For the love of God.
Cifuentes is at the top of the box. There's really just nothing we can do. Like, center backs don't close him down. He's so free. Berkey can't do anything. He just unleashes a left-footed shot on the ground. It's over. It's 3-0.
Yeah.
93rd minute, Bouanga could have made it 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
He steps over, has Hebert on skates again. He just puts it just wide.
Yeah.
And that's the game. It's just really like the whole game fell apart at the end.
Yeah, this is one of those games where like I would get clowned if I was playing in because afterwards I'd be like, y'all barely beat us. Like, for real.
Yeah, it was
y'all barely beat us. Like, we had y'all, and then
we didn't.
our coach was like, whatever, dude. We're vibing.
I'm sure Carnell thought he was making the right move. Like, every time. I'm sure he thought
The only
that all those were the right move.
I pray we at least get to see the 5 in the back. And not,
Versus
on
Miami?
Saturday. Yeah,
You wanna see
just
that against
to give
Miami?
it a test. Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
Get us Akil Watson.
I'd rather see us
And,
go out, put our A team, and just 5-0 this team.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's, do you guys have anything else you want to add to LAFC? Did you think...
not to this game, but the next big game that we play, if he doesn't start our A team and just like square up with another solid opponent, I'm gonna be thoroughly pissed with Carnell and starting to get on the Mohamed Carnell out train.
Dude, it's so early. It's too early to be on that
We'll
train.
give him a season.
This game made me feel it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I agree completely. It was just such a questionable decision from the get-go to start all these players that you know are not good enough. Like Ostrak, not good enough.
You saw, you also now know what you have in John Bell.
Yeah, and it looks solid.
We have so many center backs.
That's
I
like
was
so much
flipping for a
depth.
cam or like a right wing back.
Yes. We like Akil there. Get a left wing back.
Sub
it in for Kyle Hebert.
Nelson's been flipping me, man. He's been looking better.
He has been looking a lot better.
And, like, not just better, but, like, his defense was looking good. His offense was looking good. Like, if you sub him in time, or maybe,
He was
just
completely
maybe,
gassed.
let him be an actual wing back.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Play the 5 in the back.
Play the 3
Dude,
center backs.
we can do it against a bad team and nothing, like, it won't.
No, because if we're going to go lose 3-0 at LAFC and play our B team, we better thrash Inter Miami at home.
But what better time to try something new than against the second worst team in the league?
I think it's about how, like, the profile of the team you're about to play. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's how you set up your lineup is to combat
That's
that.
how it should be,
Yeah.
but it's not, clearly.
Formation-wise, I don't know. I don't have any gripes with that. Except for later, we probably should have switched to more defensive look.
Hebert, left back, bring in center back.
Okay.
Yarrow.
Yeah.
Was he even on the bench? I don't know.
Yarrow get in the game. Tim Parker get in the game.
Yeah.
Tim Parker was not on the bench.
He wasn't.
Yarrow
Okay.
wasn't on the bench either. We had Hebert. That was it.
Okay,
Those are
Hebert
only-
in center back.
Yeah.
Shoot, put in. Dude, I feel like AZ could be a crazy. He could put him next
No,
to.
don't put him at
No.
a wing back.
No, CDM.
Oh, I
No,
don't.
just let
I
him
don't think
clean
he's
up.
CDM either.
He's not.
I think
like,
he's got enough.
physically there. I
He's
don't
got
think.
enough gas in the tank to hawk. I mean,
I want to play to his strengths.
Yeah, I agree, and we know where his strength is at.
I wouldn't say Blom is the most physical CDM, but he still make it happen.
Yeah, but he plays like it. AZ people kind of like.
Body him.
I have
Yeah.
him profiled as an attacking
Well,
creative
yeah,
player.
Me too.
Blom is profiled as not that. So.
Yeah, I don't want him like cutting off passing lanes. I want him receiving and turning and like
Mhm.
connecting the midfield to the attack.
Let's get back to that original question. Who do you guys? What position do you want to see bolstered in a transfer window?
Right back.
I'm with you.
John
I think
Nelson
Akil
has
Watts is very serviceable as a starting right back. So I think a winger. I think like a left winger to kind of come in
Stroud
for
out.
that. Yes, I don't want to see Stroud playing much anymore, if I'm being honest with you. I just don't think he offers much outside of the work rate.
He is the
takes
press.
great
He is the
shots.
press.
We can get someone who can use their feet and press at the same time.
Agreed.
I don't think that's that much of
He
an
gets
ask.
great shots, like he gets great opportunities, and then he just puts them like left of the goal, looking all out off the right side of the not even. Oh my god!
And I think we are looking into a left winger. I like the profile of
Nokvi Thornton.
I like the profile of Thornton. He looks like a goal scoring winger, which I think is what we need, especially if we're not going to see Klaus in this team for another long stretch of time, because somehow Leuven has come back before Klaus did.
Yeah. All right. Well,
it's either winger or wing back.
Yeah, I agree that we need help in the wide areas. I think that we have depth in the midfield and depth in center back and striker. It's just we've got nothing in terms of the wide players.
Having Hebert be able to play left back, which I think he's capable of, just having. I mean, we got Watts, but having just a sound defensive starter. I feel like Watts is more of an. This would all be a lot better if we would try the 5 in the back. I just want to see the 5 in the back because Watts has so much upside going forward. Like he's got the pace, he makes shit happen, and it's fun to watch. But like, you're gonna tire your wingbacks out if all you want them to do is get up and down and up and down.
And he was a midfielder converted to a right back, so that I think that plays better for the right wing back position. I just don't know if we've seen enough of him yet. Like, I'm with you. I think it's promising. But if I was going to sign one player or one position to make us that much better, it'd be a wing back position.
It'd be Danny Carvajal.
No. We're not putting our DM money on him. Or DP money.
I'm putting my DM into his DMs.
Whoa.
DMs into his
sliding
DMs.
into his DMs.
Yes. Jeez.
Yeah. Let's talk
I could
about
be a commentator.
That's something that would only happen in Miami, who we are about to play this Saturday night in St. Louis at 7:30. Still no Klaus, still no Joachim. Looks like Miami has a few injuries. They have Jean Mota out, Gregor, one of those solo name players like Ichiro or Shakira. His name is just Gregor.
Or Shakira. A player in the arts.
The player formerly known as
Shakira.
She played Piqué. Actually, Piqué played her. But
yeah, them hips don't lie, though.
She dating Jimmy Butler right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm hip.
It's hot girl summer, bro. Lizzo bagged up Lukaku.
Lukaku?
Or not? No. I'm tripping.
Lizzo. Meg the Stallion.
Meg the Stallion.
I was like,
Lakaka.
I'm not even gonna go there. Franco Negri also out, and Corentin Jean is also out.
Imagine the scenes if Messi watches this game in St. Louis.
Oh, it'd be wild.
You think he'll
He'd just be there?
there?
Can you imagine Messi eating St. Louis barbecue up there with the fucking
toasted wrap,
the St. Charles boys? They're just hanging out. What's up, man? I seen your highlight reel. You're a hell of a player.
Gracias, Bobo.
Oh my God,
my son's not as good, but I got a lot of money.
I want to thrash Inter Miami before they get Messi, just to send a message, because I don't like the fact that we are paying for him.
I want to thrash
in some
Miami
capacity
with Messi.
Yeah, we can do that too. But, oh, dude, what's the bad takes on Twitter that we're seeing about people getting angry about the fact that you can't wear a different jersey in the supporters section? Like, if you are coming to this game and you are going to wear a Messi jersey and Messi isn't even going to be there, that's corny. Take it off and put on a STL SC jersey.
Yeah, man.
He hasn't even been unveiled. Why are we
Don't limit what I want to wear.
Well, specifically in this,
I love Messi.
That's a great Jordan Peterson invitation.
Jordan Peterson sounds like Kermit the Frog,
except Canadian.
Yeah, here's the 10 laws of power.
Chris, do it again. I think yours was better.
I don't know if I have it in here. It is corny as hell. Don't show up wearing a Messi jersey, and he's not even playing for the team yet. He's not going to play. So
I don't know. I hate that. And then people getting mad on Twitter about the fact that you can't wear a different jersey in the supporter section. Like, yeah, it's the supporter section. If you want to wear a different jersey, just go to a different seat.
Wait, in our supporter section?
our own
Yes,
supporter
our own
section.
Go ahead,
section.
wear that shit if you want to go sit up there in that tiny ass corner with the traveling fans.
Yeah.
Which are probably non-existent.
Well, like, dude, next year if Messi comes to town and people want to wear like a Barca jersey or an Argentina jersey, I don't care.
I do.
As long as
Not
it's
in the
not in
supporter
the
section.
supporter
Yeah,
section.
if you want to be in the supporter section, you have to be a goddamn supporter of
Yeah.
our team.
Is
Yeah.
it that hard?
Is that crazy to think about? And
I
if
just-
you're
we
not
just
gonna
went to
be that,
Nashville
what
and-
kind of supporter are you?
When we went to Nashville, we were going to get tickets in the supporter section, and then we were like, well, it literally says you can't wear like any other colors other than the yellow and navy.
And we accepted that.
And so we were like, okay, we buy tickets elsewhere. Like, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. I don't understand. He's not even playing. He's not even going to be in the building.
Dude, they beat Nashville?
They did beat
They beat
Nashville back
Nashville.
on May 23rd. I was about to see like when's the last game that
was Open
Inter
Cup.
Miami won, and it was an Open Cup game versus Birmingham Legion FC.
When's the last league game that they
So the
won?
last league game. So then they also beat Inter Miami in the Open Cup. They've only won Open Cup games.
Imagine Messi's
the
first.
last league game they won was May 13th versus New England Revolution.
Who is number 2 in the East, but
So they can pull off an upset, is what we're seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Messi
saying.
comes to MLS, wins Open Cup. That's his most important trophy of his career.
yeah.
I mean, according to their last few fixtures, all right, not including Open Cup wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
A bunch of
6,
L's.
7 losses in a row, not including Open Cup, right?
Okay, yeah.
That goes into 3 draws in a row. So they're in pretty good form for them comparatively for the rest of their season.
I mean, I guess they've got 5 wins on the season, though. And that's like, and their 3 draws are all back to back to back.
just
they were-
coming into this game that we're about to
they
play
were
them.
5-0-13 coming
So
into this.
maybe they're finding some form. The only guy who I really want to talk about on this team is Josef Martinez.
Atlanta United product when back when Miguel Almiron was there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all right. He got 6 goals, 1 assist.
Some
Dude, this
bangers,
game-
though, right? I think he's scored some bangers.
Dude, this stadium's not even in Miami. It's in Fort Lauderdale.
All right,
Florida's
but to
a
be fair,
dumpster
if we're
state.
gonna call them out, and we were like, yeah, man, we went down to Miami. Where we really go, Ian?
Hey, man, we visited Miami. I hopped in an Uber.
Everybody does it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. So expensive down there.
It is expensive
You
down
either
there.
gotta fake like you got money, or you actually got money.
Yeah, that's why Messi getting $50 million from every single team in the MLS and Apple. Screw you, Messi.
Messi was gonna go to Barcelona, but then he said no to his agent. He said, "I have one trophy left to win,
The Open
The
Cup.
Open
Cup."
It will complete my
He's
Thanos
actually gonna
gauntlet.
he's actually gonna dissipate into dust once he wins the Open Cup, and then
Rise.
he'll rise. Yes, and him and Maradona will.
Do a line of coke.
I was about to say. I was gonna say it, but
that's what Maradona was doing.
Ian beat me to it. I mean, Miami,
we in my.
it's gonna treat you well. Messi, it'll treat you well.
Welcome
I don't think
to
Messi is doing what
Miami.
Maradona was doing.
No, he's not. That's
Yeah.
why
He
he's
just
the GOAT.
HGH.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
When he was 8, bro, we're gonna give him a pass.
If I did HGH when I was 8, I'd be in the NBA right now.
No, I don't think that's true.
Hot take.
I'd be strong as hell.
Jimmy Butler.
Does
would
Messi
be-
look strong as hell?
Imagine what he would look like without that HGH. Probably be like 4'2", fetal position. He looked like Voldemort in the train station.
God.
curled up?
Messi before HGH. We need Ricky to.
We need-
we need Ricky to hop on the Twitter.
If you had one St. Louis City player who you could give HGH to right now to pick up their game, who would it be?
Ooh.
I'd like to see
Blom.
Aziel Jackson put on some pounds.
If Blom
Just
had
like-
some HGH in him, he'd be god tier, but then he'd just leave.
If you if you just gave him HGH, he would grow and become Pogba.
Imagine Klaus with HGH.
I was thinking Alm.
He could use it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of like little speedy
Celio.
guys.
Maybe
Dude,
Celio gets some HGH.
nah, he doesn't need it. His teeth are too white. He's already got too much going for him.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. I'll go AZ.
AZ? All right, cool.
Consensus AZ gets the HGH. Cool.
Whoever's still listening at the moment, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. This is helpful.
This pod has been off the rails. All right, so score predictions for Saturday. What you guys
5-0
got?
City.
5-0?
Yeah, we're playing the A team. They suck. They're due for an L, and we are at our fortress again. We don't really lose at home, man. Knock on wood.
Yeah, we're pretty good about that. When's our? Let me look at it.
Oh God,
Let's
don't
actually
fact check me.
Let's look at some stats for Inter Miami
away from
Yeah,
home.
let's see what they're good at. Top scorer Joseph Martinez. Top assister Jean Mota, who's out.
A lot of Joseph Martinez
Yeah.
in every category.
Yep. Let's see what their team stats are looking like. Woo. Bottom half in a lot. Yep. Goals per match about 1. Goals conceded about 1.6.
Not a good look.
Yeah.
25th in the league.
How about-
Clean
They're
sheets,
6th in
29th in the
possession,
league.
so they're a possession team.
That's
That's
good
what
for
we love
us.
to see.
That looks good.
Get an early goal.
Let them
They
do
got
it.
no clean.
Route
They
'em.
got 2 clean sheets the whole season.
Are they in the Open Cup?
29th in expected goals.
They might still be in the Open Cup. I haven't
29th
seen-
in big
No,
chances
I'm saying, are
created.
those clean sheets from the Open Cup?
No, they're not.
Oh,
okay.
They beat Nashville 2-1. I think.
Is that
They
a
beat
clean
Birmingham
sheet?
2-0, I
Okay.
think. So that let's fact check because we're spewing stuff now.
We talking about clean sheets. He talking about 2-1.
Nashville 2-1, Birmingham Legion
told you.
0-1, so 1-0. So that was one of their clean sheets.
I don't know if they're in the league at all. Maybe they are just Open Cup clean sheets.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was asking.
Okay, well,
Come on, Chris.
I didn't go back that far.
FOMOB doesn't
You really wanna see it?
differentiate
You wanna see it?
the all comp
no,
stats
I don't care.
from.
Okay.
What's their away form look like?
God, you're asking a lot.
Bro, I'll look it up. You
Yeah,
guys talk
go
about
for
something
it.
else.
All right, I'm looking at their team stats. Is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of team are we facing? Big chances missed.
We're facing a
18.
bad team.
Yeah, it's because they don't even create big chances.
Yeah.
Accurate long balls, 13th. That's not good.
Yeah, they're just not.
Accurate crosses per match, 3.2. What are they good at? They like.
I don't know. I think the reason why they get they can hold you to like minimal goals, and I think it's because they are relatively successful at holding possession,
I don't even know. XG conceded is 33.3.
which is
So-
what, 4th in the league.
4th. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
fourth.
the highest
fourth
is-
best.
Conceded is. It's like
Oh, it's
you
going
want,
like
it's
yeah,
going
you want,
high. You want to
yeah,
be low on
mhm.
that chart.
Gotcha.
Successful tackles. St. Louis is number 1 in successful tackles per match.
Well, it makes sense. We are the highest pressing team in the MLS,
And we have Injablo.
and Jabulo Blom. Dude, he looked really good in this
He
game.
did.
I
He
thought
was the only good, like
like
shining
the
star.
only bright, true bright spot, like
Yeah.
person that looked like they played to their potential.
Yeah.
Which is classic of him. Like every game he comes out and plays like himself. He looks like the best player on the field.
Man, these guys are dog shit.
You talk about a not pressing team. Inter Miami. They're 29th, last in the league in possession 1 in the final third.
Their
per
two,
match.
their two clean sheets do in fact come from the Open Cup.
Sick.
Birmingham and Charleston Battery. Sounds like a charge.
Sounds like a
North
team
Carolina
Isaac could try
newspaper
out
thing.
for.
Assault and battery.
Yeah. Charleston, North Carolina, assault and battery with a deadly weapon.
They're 4th in red cards, so they got
They
3
got
on
that
the, 3
going
on the
for 'em.
season.
Let's see Messi get a red card. Come off the bench.
I can't wait for all this hype to come up for Messi, and as soon as he starts playing, you can just tell he doesn't give a shit. Like he's just here for the check.
We talk about Messi, but Sergio Busquets, Fofui?
Yeah, come to St. Louis, man.
Dude, what are they paying these players? Like, how is the Messi contract going to financially hamper Inter Miami?
It has to.
Like, it needs to kind of like restrict them in some kind of way.
I'm so lost on the financials of the MLS.
I know,
It's
but it-
like,
we were getting somewhere, and then they said Messi wants to come, and they're like, "Fuck it,
do what we got to do.
we'll do it live."
Just make it happen.
Everybody pay for him.
Steve Jobs rolling in his grave.
Why?
Because Apple TV is paying a bunch of his contract.
Man, I was not
there for a
following
second.
on that.
Yeah.
one.
Oh, well, Apple TV, like every time you pay for like a
Fuck
month
you,
of your
Steve
subscription,
Jobs.
Messi
You don't
gets
think
like 10 cents of that or something.
You don't think Steve Jobs was a fan of Messi?
Maybe, I don't know.
He was like, "Why are we in the TV business?"
Yeah, probably.
He wouldn't even
It's
get
like,
it.
What are we doing?
Oh man, you guys got any final? You said 5-1. You said what?
He said 5-0.
5-0.
I'll do 3-0.
I'll do 3-1.
Oh, and before
This
we
guy?
sign
Huh?
off, shouts out to the Gold Cup roster for looking horrible against Panama and taking a very deserved L. I don't know if you guys want to get into that at all, but we looked awful.
I don't care about the Gold Cup.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sam was freaking out, and I was just like, I just don't care about this.
We didn't have our A team.
Yeah, and
Much
I know
like St. Louis didn't have versus LAFC.
Yeah, I could have done so much more with my night than watch two of my favorite teams lose.
Yeah, it's a depressing Wednesday.
Yeah, and a Wednesday night's already pretty depressing.
Wake up and go to work the next day.
You got to. You guys got anything else for this one?
Yeah, welcome to our we're reviewing late stage capitalism. We're changing the podcast.
Next Sunday, we will be a soccer podcast again, and we will talk about what happened in this Inter-Miami game. Hopefully, it's all positive news for you. Thank you for joining us. Peace out.
Peace. Thank you for watching this episode of Soul of the City, brought to you by First Touch Media and Anchor FM. Make sure to check us out on YouTube at First Touch Media, and all of our socials are at First Touch 314. Thank you for watching.